right, thanks, Matt. A bill that would regulate homeschooling for the first time in state history is now headed to the governor's desk.
And advocates of the bill say it will prevent child abuse and neglect.
Fox 61's Joe Monty has more on what's in it and what happens if Governor Lamont signs it.
Good morning. Advocates of this bill say that the situation involving Mimi Torres Garcia, the 9-year-old girl that was starved to death in New Britain not long ago, is why we need some kind of regulation or oversight when it comes to homeschooling. And advocates say that this bill would put safeguards in place to make sure students at home are getting the education they deserve. In particular, the bill changes how parents and guardians withdraw their children from public schools to go to homeschooling in the state. Parents would be required to go to their child's public school in person and file what's called an intent to withdraw form. Next, DCF would conduct a review, including through the Child Abuse Registry, to find whether there are any open cases involving family and people in the child's home. If there are, the child would not be allowed to withdraw from school. In recent time, there have been several major cases in Connecticut involving homeschooled children that are now being investigated as neglect and abuse. Advocates say this bill isn't meant to discourage homeschooling or take away parents' rights. It's meant to protect a large number of vulnerable children that have very little oversight over their education. But some who take issue with the bill include the agencies responsible for enforcing the potential new law. DCF and the Department of Education say it will need money and additional staffing to meet the law's requirements if passed. And there are also concerns about potential legal risks the bill could create for school districts. The bill heads to Governor Ned Lamont's desk. It was passed in the Senate just yesterday. We'll see whether or not he signs it. For now in Hartford, Joe Monty, Fox 61.